It's Powerback time on the Gutsy Podcast. Each week we bring you 5 minutes of condensed inspiration to reclaim the courage and momentum you've given away. You've got big things to do, so let's get your power back. Join my organization. Oh my gosh, you're so talented. Can you help me? I love what you're doing. Could you donate? I just need something from you real quick. Can you help out at the school? Can you help out at the church? Can you come to this networking event? The requests are coming at you 100 miles an hour from all different directions. And it's a beautiful thing, right? People love you and they trust in you and they want you to be part of whatever it is that they are doing. But the challenge with that is your time gets spread really thin. You start feeling overworked. You start feeling like you don't have time to do the things that you need to do. And then you kind of feel like a jerk when you don't really want to, but you do it anyway. Not to mention you start feeling resentful and angry. But we can't tell people no then, because then we're going to be letting people down. Then people are going to think things of us. And this cycle continues on such a daily basis in so many of our lives. Today, I want you to take your power back by evaluating and minimizing your commitments. First of all, I want to remind you that no is a complete sentence. And if you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. You don't have to overcommit yourself. You don't have to spread yourself so thin that you're stressed out, maxed out, and freaking out all the time. Now, I know saying no is easier said than done, but what I can promise you is, after a couple of times of saying no and realizing how much of your time and freedom that you have back, it actually becomes a little bit easier as you go. And if somebody gets hostile, pissed off, or stops talking to you because you tell them no, then they wanted something different from you in the first place. Especially when you have a particular talent that people grow to know you for, it can be really easy for them to unintentionally take advantage of you. That's where you need to know your limits. That's where you need to understand your capacity, and this is the opportunity for you to take your power back by saying, yes, I can and want to do this, or thank you, but no. I'm going to guess that you probably have a handful of things that are popping up in your mind right now, like, oh yeah, if I have to go to that thing one more time, I'd rather gouge my freaking eye out with a rusty spoon. So how do you evaluate what it is that you're doing? How do you evaluate the commitments that you've already made? I know it can be really hard and seem impossible to go back to things that you've already committed to and be like, actually, just kidding, not going to do that anymore. But the truth is, you have that ability. You are allowed to do that to protect your own time and energy. So I've got 4 ways that I love to evaluate the things that I am doing and when new opportunities come across my plate. The first thing I want you to do is make a list of all the things that you're doing. These are extracurricular things, organizations you're part of, nonprofits you serve on, board of directors, committees, networking events, organizations. I mean, you name it. If it's outside of your friends, your family, and your business, what are all the things that you are doing in your time? And then I want you to use these 4 things as an evaluation. The very first one, honestly, should be your see-all be-all answer to everything. But I build in a few more after this, just in case you need that additional buffer. But the first thing I want you to ask yourself is it a hell yes? When you think about going to that committee meeting, are you excited? When you think about going to that PTA meeting, are you excited? When you think about going to that organization, are you like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to freaking go there? Here's the thing, if it's not a hell yes, it needs to be a no. You deserve to dedicate your time to things that add value to your life, not things that drain the shit out of you. The second thing to evaluate is this personally important to me? You know, not everything that you do is always necessarily exciting, but sometimes it's really important to you to do. Look at your list and ask yourself, is this important to me personally? The third thing is you can say, am I growing? Is this something that you're learning from? Is this something that's investing time into you to expand your mind or your skills or your abilities? And then the fourth, is this supporting my business? Which kind of breaks down to, is this helping me to get to my goal? If you look at these 4 things and any or all of them, even if it's one, is a no, this is a huge opportunity for you to really evaluate, is this the best use of my time? Because chances are, if you're not excited about going or you're not personally invested in it, you're probably not showing up as the best version of yourself either. It's okay to look at your plate and be like, you know what? It's too full. I picked up too many sides. I need to get back to the main course. Take your power back by taking your time back. No is a complete answer. And if they get pissed off, they're not your people to begin with. Join me next week on the Gutsy Podcast as I have a very, very, very special guest, Kate Blake, on with me. If you listen back to the episode on Liberation Week, Kate Blake was the driving force behind that. And she and I are talking about fighting for your joy and resetting your life. For a look into previous episodes or for more Gutsy insight, follow me on Facebook and Instagram at @ThatLauraAura. And until then, stay gutsy.